Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Gizmo Joe. Today we're going to be taking a look at a cable, specifically this cable right here, which is an adapter cable. But before we dive into this, let's just give you a little bit of background. So basically the phone that I use as my daily driver is this guy right here, and this is a Samsung Note 10 Plus. I really love the phone. It's great. It's super versatile. It's super powerful. Love every aspect of it. The only issue is that it's got this USB-C port, which they use as sort of a catch-all, which means that I cannot plug in a standard pair of headphones, the ones with the little 3.5 millimeter jack. So that's a bit of a bummer because, sometimes I do like to use just a standard corded pair of headphones. Normally I use Bluetooth headphones, but every once in a while, I like to have just the standard ones. So I did a little bit of digging, and I was kind of sad to find out that they do not include, and that's when I say they, I mean Samsung, does not include an adapter in the box. So basically what they do is they give you these funky, cool little headphones here. Sorry. The box for the Samsung Note series is quite... not complicated, but there's like lots of little sub boxes and things that you got to pull out. I can't even open this. But basically what these are in my hand right now is essentially USB-C headphones. I'm just going to see if I can pull the cord out here because I don't really have... So anyway, so as you can see, there's some USB-C headphones in here. So that's a nice touch. Thanks, Samsung, for including this. But you know what? I'd probably much rather have an adapter so that I could use the existing headphones that I have and not have to use these ones. I'm sure these are fine. I have not tested them, so I couldn't tell you one way or the other. I'm sure they're fine, but you know what? I've got my own headphones. I'd rather use those. So... unfortunately, they don't give you an adapter, which means that I've got to buy one. Now, that's not a huge issue because you can find these adapters all over the place, right? The only problem is that sometimes when you look on Amazon reviews or you look on Reddit, people are absolutely freaking out because while the cables themselves are not all that expensive, not all of them work with Samsung devices, which you think it would be something that would just sort of be universal, but unfortunately it's not. So what I'm going to show you here is I already had one. So I had a little USB-C adapter. Okay, and basically all this does is plugs into the bottom of your device, the charging port, the USB-C port, and basically gives you a 3.5 millimeter input jack, which is just this guy right here. But if I try to plug this guy into my phone, what you'll see here is the connected USB device is not supported. I'm going to pull it out and try to essentially show you closer. Let me just zoom in here to my phone screen so that you guys can see what I'm saying. So if I take this adapter and I try to plug it into my phone, look at the notification that I get. The connected USB device is not supported. All right, so when I first saw that, I said, oh man, what does that even mean? And, I tried to plug my headphones into this guy, and sure enough, it did not work. So, as I was looking for, an adapter on Amazon, a lot of people were saying, oh, this doesn't work or whatever. And so I was kind of like, well, they're cheap, but they're not that cheap. They're like $7 to $8 Australian dollars. I don't want to have to buy multiple of these, especially if they don't work with my phone. I mean, it's just waste of money, right? So, I had to look around and I did some research. I wanted something relatively cheap because I said to myself, it's just a cable. Like, it can't be that expensive. And of course, there's like a special Samsung one that's made by Samsung, and they want to charge you like 25 Australian dollars or something for it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I said, I'm not paying that much. So I did some research, dug around, and sure enough, I found this guy, the Envil. And basically, it's the exact same thing as this guy. It's just a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter headphone adapter. And, it was $7.99, I believe I paid for it. You can usually find it cheaper with sales and stuff like that, but I think just the standard price is about $8. And, there seemed to be conflicting reviews. It had about 4 out of 5 stars, I think, out of, maybe like 1,000 or so reviews. And, so some of them were saying, oh, it's junk, it doesn't work. A lot of people seem to be saying it was perfect and it was fine. So I figured, you know what, I'll give it a go. Let's just try it. So what I'll do is I'll plug this into the bottom, and what you'll notice is I do not get that notification. Okay? So let me grab a pair of headphones and I'll show you. Okay, so what I've got here are just a standard pair of, actually these are Xiaomi Piston headphones. Pretty good for their price. They're relatively cheap, but as you can see, it's just a standard 3.5 millimeter jack. So like I said, we've got our adapter. I didn't get any notification on my phone. I'm just going to plug these headphones into my phone. For some reason that launched my dialer app. I'm not really sure why, but not a huge issue. So if we take a look at the phone up here, it doesn't give us any notifications. Let's just try playing some music. I've got Blur. I don't want to get in trouble, but let me see if I can just get the volume up here. I don't know if you could hear that, and I don't want to play it for too long because I don't want to be demonetized or have the copyright infringement thing, but the music was definitely coming through my little headphones. Obviously the little Envel adapter here works, and it works just fine. So I'm really happy with this. Like I said, I found it on Amazon, or at least Australian Amazon. I'll see if I can find it on the US Amazon as well and give you guys links in the description. But I'm really happy with this. It's $8. I thought that was more than reasonable, especially when you consider Samsung themselves sell an adapter and it's like 3 or 4 times the cost. It's ridiculous. But like I said, for some reason, they don't all work. So you really got to do your homework to see which ones are going to work with your Samsung device. I don't know if that's across the board, if it's just Samsung, I have no idea. But what I do know is that this little guy, the Envel, and again, this is a brand I've never heard of. Enjoy your digital life. Yes, I will. Thank you. Relatively cheap, came really quickly. It's obviously from China, just like pretty much anything, but it works. So I can say with 100% certainty that this little guy does what it says it's going to do, and that's essentially to take your USB-C and turn it into a 3.5 mil jack so that you can listen to your standard headphones, no problem, at least in a Samsung Note device. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys found it useful. If you have any questions or you know of another brand that makes a USB-C to 3.5 mil adapter that works, let us know in the comments, especially if you can find one that's cheaper, because like I said, this was about $7 or $8. If you can find one cheaper than that, definitely let us know. I'd be really curious to see what your experience is with that particular device. Anyway, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It really helps me out. Anyway, this is Gizmo Joe signing off.